Welcome back. Singer Prita Chhabra's short film May God Be With You about her study trip to Malawi in Africa is also a wonderful portrayal of her performances in Malawi at villages, in churches and even for members of parliament. We should also mention that at the Oxfam Canada Benefit on Climate Change we spoke of earlier, she was the music headliner, and now for World AIDS Day on December 1st, she's dedicating her single May God Be With You to the children of Malawi. To tell us more, here's Prita Chhabra herself. Welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me back.
Prita, you were in studio last year and you talked about your first time visit to Malawi in Africa, right? And I still remember some stories were very touching. So for those of our viewers who missed catching that show, let's quickly go through your experience one more time in Africa.
So I had stayed in a rural village, Makupo village, in Malawi with no electricity, no running water, bathed in a little pail of water with big cockroaches like this staring at me the whole time, just like a typical villager in Malawi, and the experience really changed my life. We were there as part of a school trip. I was one of the 6 students selected to go, and we did a grassroots level research on HIV/AIDS to see why is AIDS such a big problem in Africa. So that's the synopsis of the trip.
And if I remember correctly, that was part of your school?
Yeah, I was
research?
in music school. I was in music school at the time, so.
Yeah, but 2009 has been terrific so far for you. You had 2 releases, Spread the Word, which is an album, right? And May God Be With You is a single.
Yeah.
So if you can tell me a little bit about May God Be With You. I understand that it is based on a traditional Malawi song. If you can express the sentiments portrayed in the words of this beautiful song.
It's a song that I learned in Malawi. It's sang in Chichewa and English, and it's a verse from the Bible, and it's a song that they taught me in Malawi. I was singing on a bus and somebody heard me singing, and at the time I wasn't really confident with the whole singing thing. I was still struggling a lot. And they said, "Oh, you have such a beautiful voice. Oh, come to our house, we'll teach you some songs." So they taught me songs. I just felt so blessed and lucky that they gave me that gift. And so now I've recorded one of the songs. It's called May God Be With You. And I'm releasing it. I'm giving it away for free on December 1st for World AIDS Day to spread awareness about AIDS Day and about HIV/AIDS. That kind of thing.
I know you've learned music, like you've taken formal training in school and college, but was it difficult to follow those words and their rhythm?
Yeah, it was because I used to sing shabads when I was younger, and what I would have to do is actually write out the words in English with weird spellings, So I did the same thing for the song that I learned in Africa. So I just kind of spelled it out, and then I kind of made a musical notation on top so I would remember, and I had a little recorder with me. And I recorded them singing it, and then I recorded myself singing it, and so then I had everything that I needed to sing the song again.
I'm sure in your upcoming projects you're going to be mentioning about Canadian Music Week in 2010. We'll talk about that later. But I wanted to ask you, Prita, that it's been an amazing journey for you since your 2008 Malawi trip. But those of the viewers who want to know more about Canadian music field and would like to enter the field, or those who are struggling artists themselves, what do you have to say? Like, I mean it, like when people always go for fundraisers, and you've done so many of them this year as well, right? And it's always voluntary work. So as an artist, how do you feel?
Well, everyone has a different reason for doing music. Some people want to be famous and successful, some people want money. For me, the reason why I do music is because it's something that I can't not do. It's something in my heart. If I'm in the shower, if I'm driving, wherever I'm singing, I'm writing, I don't even know that I'm doing it. That's the reason why I do music. Every opportunity that comes my way is an opportunity that I don't take for granted. So whether I get paid or not, obviously we need to make money, we need to survive, we need to eat. There's a reason why it's called starving musician. But I think it's important to remember why you're doing what you're doing. If it's for money, then that's everyone's purpose in life, is to be able to survive. But for me, it's always important to remember that I'm doing it because there was a time in my life where I wasn't following this dream of mine. So I always remember that I'm lucky to be here, I'm blessed to be here, I'm lucky and blessed that somebody wants me to sing for their fundraiser. So just take advantage of the opportunities and do what your heart wants you to do. Mlungu aku yang anireni kufikira tionana atsesunga kosa zake. Mlungu aku yang anireni etidzaku momensutu pamapasi ya Yesu. Etidzaku momensutu Mlungu aku yang anireni. God be with you till we meet again. By his counsels God uphold you. With his sheep securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again. Etidzaku